Hello everyone, I am Shikha Jha. Today we are going to discuss questions related to cell structure and function. So the very first question is that Dash coined the term cell. So the cell was termed by whom? There are five options: Gorbachiev, Robert Brown, Robert Hooke, Leeuwenhoek and none of the above. So who termed cell? So cell was termed by Robert Hooke. The term cell was given by Robert Hooke. Coming to the next question, who coined the term nucleus? So nucleus was termed by Robert Brown. So do not get confused in between them. Robert Hooke termed cell, but the Robert Brown termed nucleus. Coming to the next question. Dash is called as the powerhouse of the cell. So here we need to tell that which cell organelle is known as the powerhouse of the cell? Mitochondria, ATP, lysosome, RBC and none of the above. So the powerhouse of the cell is known as mitochondria because in mitochondria the process of respiration occurs, and in respiration formation of ATP occurs, and this ATP gives energy to the cell for various functions. This is why mitochondria is termed as the powerhouse of the cell. Coming to the next question, Dash is called as the suicidal bag of the cell. Mitochondria, ATP, lysosome, RBC and none of the above. So suicidal bag of the cell is known as lysosome. Lysosome is called as the suicidal bag of the cell because what happens in lysosome when their cell is broken down or it may not function well, then the lysosome bursts and the enzymes which are present in the lysosomes, they eat its armed cell. So what happens? Lysosome bursts down and the matrix of the lysosome contains many enzymes and these enzymes eat its armed cell. This is why lysosome is known as the suicidal bag of the cell. Okay, coming to the next question. A plant cell wall is mainly composed of. Here we need to speak that plant cell wall is mainly composed of protein, cellulose, lipid or starch. So the plant cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose. Plant cell wall is made up of cellulose. Coming to the next question. Fungal cell wall is composed of protein, cellulose, lipid, starch. So the fungal cell wall is made up of chitin. Sorry, here is not the option chitin is written. So fungal cell wall is made up of chitin. So plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, fungal cell wall is made up of chitin, whereas the bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, fungal cell wall is made up of chitin or chitin and bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Coming to the next question. Which of the following is not the function of cell wall? Which of the following is not the function of cell wall? The first option is it gives protection to the cell, it gives shape to the cell, it holds two cells together, it is present in both plants and animal cell. So which is the wrong option? That cell wall, it gives protection of the cell. It is very correct that cell wall gives protection to the cell because in this structure we can see that cell wall is the outermost covering. Here we can see that the cell wall is the outermost covering. This is the outermost covering. This is called as the cell wall. And this cell wall gives the protection to the cell. Coming to the next question. Next option, it gives shape to the cell. So cell wall also gives shape to the cell. It holds two cells together. Here we can see in this picture that two cells are held together with the help of this cell wall. And the next option is that it is present in both plant and animal cell. It is present in both plant and animal cell. This is the wrong statement because cell wall is absent in the animal cell. Here the cell wall is absent, but only in plant cell and fungi and in bacterial cell wall is present, and cell wall in plants, cell wall is made up of cellulose. And all the other functions that it gives protection, it gives shape, and it holds two cell together is the correct option. Coming to the next question, which of the following is not the function of cell membrane? Now here it has been asked that which is the wrong option, which of the following is the not correct, which is the not the function of the cell membrane. Coming to the first option, it gives protection to the cell. So this is also correct, that cell membrane gives protection to the cell, it gives shape to the cell, it passes all the substances to pass into the cell. So this is the wrong statement because what happens that, so this is the cell and its outermost covering is the cell membrane. So this is the cell membrane, and in case of plants, outside the cell membrane there is cell wall present, but in case of animal this cell wall is absent. So what does this cell wall do? That it gives the protection to the this cell membrane does, this gives the protection to the cell, and it also gives a shape to the cell, but it doesn't allow all the materials to pass into it. All the materials, it doesn't allow all the materials, but it restricts some of the materials to pass in it. Whatever the cell is required, it only allows those materials to pass into it. But the cell wall allows all the materials to pass into it. But what happens? Cell wall allows all the materials to pass in it, but whatever the cell is needed, cell allows only that material to pass into it. So the cell wall is the completely permeable in nature, but the cell membrane is selectively permeable in nature. So here it has written that in the third statement that it passes all the substances to pass into the cell. This is the wrong statement because cell membrane is selectively permeable. It doesn't allow all the substances to pass into the cell. Coming to the next option, it is present in both plants and animal cells. So this is the very correct option. Cell wall is not present in both plants and animals, but cell membrane is present in both plants and animal. So here, since the option third is incorrect, this is the correct answer because we have asked which is the not the function of the cell membrane. Coming to the next question, which of the following is not a single membrane bound cell organelle? Which of the following is not a single membrane bound cell organelle? Mitochondria, lysosome, Golgi body, vacuole. Which is not the single membrane bound cell organelle? We know that lysosome is also single membrane bound structure, Golgi body, vacuole, all are single membrane bound cell organelle. But the mitochondria is double membrane bound cell organelle, whose inner membrane is folded inside and forms the cristae. So this is the mitochondria. We can see that it is the double membranous cell structure. So here the correct option is mitochondria. Coming to the next question, which of the following is double membrane bound cell organelle? Double membrane bound cell organelle. Mitochondria, nucleus, chloroplast, all of the above. So here the correct option is all of the above because mitochondria is also double membrane bound cell organelle, chloroplast is also double membrane bound cell organelle, and nucleus also is double membrane bound. So all of the above is the correct answer. So here the answer is all of the above. Coming to the next question, the nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by. So here the question is that the nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by option 1 protoplasm, cell membrane, cell wall, and nuclear membrane. Here in this picture we can see that Inside the cell, there is nucleus present. So this is a nucleus, and all these are the cytoplasm. So in this question, we have been asked that nucleus is separated by this cytoplasm by which membrane? So the outside the nucleus there is nuclear membrane present. So this nuclear membrane is separating this nucleus from the cytoplasm. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is the nuclear membrane. Here the nuclear membrane is separating the nucleus from the cytoplasm.